Long time ago, we played as kids in a small town. Time seemed not to exist, hiding us in pine tree woods, hot summer days at swimming pools. Oh yes.
I think it's time for some Bulletproof coffee, or modified version of Bulletproof coffee. If you never had it, I'm going to show you. It's breakfast for me, especially when I'm on keto. So, hold on.
Growing older, I left that town, living into the world, confident and feeling fine, leaving my past behind. Looking back, this town seemed to be free, but there's a lot that you can't see. Looking back, this town seemed to be free. Looking back, there's a lot that you can't see. You can't see.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how in the world can you drink butter in coffee? But I'll tell you, I'm surprised. It doesn't actually taste that much like butter. It's not unlike if you like cream in your coffee. It's really not that different, interestingly enough. And it's just regular old grass-fed, salted butter. But I like it. Upper 80s today, 15% chance of rain, wind out of the northwest at 6 to 8, looks like. I'll tell you a little bit about how I got into sailing, a little bit about the boats. So in 2006, some friends and I had an opportunity to do a charter, sailing charter in St. Martin on a 60-foot Fountain Peugeot Urethra. And man, it was a great time. We spent a week cruising around the Caribbean. We went to Saba and St. Eustatia. We went to St. Bart's, and then back to St. Martin. Spent 7 days, and we had a captain and a first mate on the boat because none of us knew anything about sailing, obviously. So I came back and I was like, wow, that was quite an experience. So I later on, about 4 or 5 years ago, so it was on quite a while, but it never really left me. You know, that experience really made a difference in kind of my outlook about different ways to travel and different things to do, and just how relaxing it was. And so a few years back, about 4 years ago, I think it was, maybe, Jerry and I went down and we took an ASA 101 class. We decided, hey, let's go take a class, see if we can learn a little bit about sailing. So we went down. Stockton Lake here in Missouri actually has a really pretty well-known ASA instructor there. We went down, took a class, and decided we were gonna find a boat to buy. So the very first boat that we bought together actually, was a Flying Scot. It was a 73 Flying Scot, 19 foot. If you're familiar with it, really pretty nifty little boats. Great boat to learn how to sail on. And we would go trailer that thing around and sail on it, take our families. You can fit quite a few people in it. We got quite a few kids. We could fit kids in it. We could sail, and we felt like we really, I really learned, at least, I really learned a lot about sailing just having that little boat. So then, I guess it was 2 years ago, I decided, you know, I wanted something a little bit bigger. Like everybody, you start sailing, you're like, gosh, if I just had a bigger boat, right? So started looking around, and I'd always been real interested in the Seaward boats. So I thought, well, if I could find a Seaward 25, that would be a great boat to move up to. So I got to looking around, and I found a boat that was actually at one of the local lakes over here. A little bit older boat for a Seaward. It was a 1990 Seaward 25, which is one of the older models of that. But it needed some work, and I thought, well, you know, Captain Bob's pretty handy. I bet I could figure out how to do that stuff. So I wound up buying the boat, brought it back home on the trailer, started by completely redoing the trailer, and then I did disc brakes and new tires and a new brake actuator, and lots of stuff. New bunk boards, carpet, the whole 9 yards. Because I thought, you know, might trailer this thing around a little bit. So then brought the boat over, and then basically did pretty much a full refit on the boat. My wife and I worked on it. My wife, we bought a Sailrite sewing machine. We redid the cushions, and inside and out, we built or sewed a stack pack, bimini. I sent the sails off to Sail Care to have them redone, and had sunbands sewn on, put a roller furler on the front of the boat. Just pretty much redid all the teak and with varnish and everything, which needs to be done again now, as everyone who does teak knows. Yeah, so I found the motor that was on has an outboard motor on it, which is okay for what I do. I found a motor on Craigslist. It was a almost like new Nissan 8-horse electric start outboard motor that a guy had on a pontoon boat up in Iowa. He had hardly ever used it. He wound up selling the pontoon boat, and the motor separately for whatever reason. I have no idea. Anyway, I bought this motor, and it's been, I mean, it's just great. I paid $650 for it. It was a steal. It's a 2007 model motor. It's been great. So put that on there. Did a solar panel. Got a couple of 6-volt golf cart batteries. Wired them up in series for the house battery bank. Then I've got a separate, just regular marine 12-volt battery for the engine. Put a solar panel and controller on there. Did all LED lighting inside and out. Masthead, standing light. Really just redid the boat, and it's been great. It's been a good boat for us, but you know, like all things, we're trying to figure out, oh, do we want to do do we want a bigger boat now? There's some things I'd like to have. Standing headroom, that would be nice. Plus, we just wind up taking lots of folks, and I'd like to have the chance to take maybe even folks that are employees, or folks that we work with, our clients from the long-term care facilities. I would enjoy taking the long-term care facility staff, maybe, or doing something on the boat, and just having more room would be nice to do that. Maybe it's like everybody gets 3-foot itis, so I don't know. I'm considering something like a Catalina 34, maybe a Mark II version. That's quite a step up from what I've got, but I don't know. I'd be interested in feedback if anybody has some input. Most of my sailing's on this lake right now, but in the future we foresee maybe doing more cruising in different locations. We have trailered this boat, which is nice. You can put it on trailer. We did trailer to the Keys. You guys may have seen my video that I did on that Keys trip, and that was really fun. Although, man, driving from Missouri to the Keys in 2 days, that was ridiculous. I should have taken more time. I was exhausted by the time I got there, but we had a great time. We were there for 2 weeks over the Christmas holiday, and man, a lot of fun. Love sailing down there. The water's, yeah, it's great. And we had really good weather. So anyway, I would love feedback. If anybody has any input on Catalina 34s or other suggestions. There's some pretty nice boats over here at this lake, at least nice for Missouri. Not by comparison to those folks who are in Florida or the Great Lakes or East Coast. So, but for over here, pretty nice. So I'll show you guys some pictures of that in a little bit. Here's the old sea turtle. This is the inside of the Seaward 25. Over here I've just got a little portable stove and a little sink and water pump. And, you know, she's not real big, but she's not bad for a 25-footer, which length overall I think is closer to 27, if I remember right. But there's a fold-down table there. And, you know, a quarter berth that we use for storage. I think everybody does that. There's a trash can over here, which is kind of nice, but handy. And then here's the V-berth. It's a pretty decent sized V-berth. We have a stand-up paddleboard stuck in there right now, inflatable stand-up paddleboard. We've been using a Nature's Head composting toilet, and I gotta say, man, we've been really happy with it. It hasn't been a problem at all, especially for this type of boat. I don't know, I hear a lot of positive experiences, but certainly ours has been positive. So it's starting to rain, so we'll see where this takes us. I don't know if we're going to go out today, if it's going to rain, but it's good to check on the boat anyway. So there's a nasty storm coming, sounds like. I just heard thunder and saw some lightning back there, so yeah, I think we'll avoid that. There's the first of the rain. Closed the boat up just in time. Yeah, that wouldn't be much fun for sailing. Oh, look at the office. Crazy on the rain. Anytime we're back at the office, it's raining. Look at this weather now. Front's moved out, it's cleared off, the sun is shining. Unbelievable. Welcome to Missouri.
Some people I used to know, they asked me, where did you go?